One moment, Mayor. I'm having a technical difficulty myself over here.
You got in?
I think so.
Okay.
Should be on. Pardon?
There you go.
Good.
Okay. Chairman Skoog.
Present.
Vice Chairman Nye.
Here.
Board Member Anderson.
Here.
Board Member Grossman.
Here.
Board Member Mallory.
Here.
Board Member Whiting.
Here.
Board Member Rooney.
Here.
We have a quorum, Chairman.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, we have the consent agenda. Laura, you want to read that?
All matters listed in our consent agenda are considered to be routine by the district boards and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed. The consent agenda will be considered separately.
Okay. Does anyone want to remove an item, or do you want to vote on the consent agenda as a whole?
Mayor, make a motion to vote as a whole.
A second, anyone?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you sit to vote, Diane? Not working.
Okay, Chairman Skoog.
The answer is yes. Mine didn't come up for some reason.
Neither mine.
It's not.
Board Member Mallory. It's yours.
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay.
Got yourself?
Board Member Whiting.
Yes.
Board Member Rooney.
Yes.
That's unanimous, Mayor.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, now we'll move on to new business for review and or comment. Number A is consideration of authorizing the chairman to sign resolution number 22, amending resolution number 21, in order to add the option of issuing $2 million second series bonds as taxable or non-taxable.
Okay, Mayor, if you'll recall back, or not Mayor, Chairman, you will recall back in August, or no, excuse me, July, there were a number of actions taken by the board to allow us to go forward with the pulling of the event center out of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and a number of the various steps that needed to be taken to cause that to happen as it related to the bankruptcy plan that went before the judge. One of the elements that was approved was the issuance of $2 million worth of tax-exempt bonds to cause improvements to the building, the biggest one being the parking lot. There's some roof repair, there's some compressor work that needs to be done on the ice machine, and then other miscellaneous things associated with that, including the purchase of a basketball floor so that the arena is able to host basketball tournaments and do things like that. So anyway, moving forward with that, we have discovered that there is a small hurdle at this point in time, and that is that these may have to be taxable rather than tax-exempt bonds, and that's only because of legislation that has been introduced in Washington, D.C. as it relates to tax reform. And there is an element within that bill that would go ahead and indicate that tax-exempt bonds are no longer going to be allowed for sale if it goes to a public arena/stadium. And the thing about the bill is that it there's retroaction to November 2nd. Okay, well, we would have had literally these dollars in hand had that bill not been introduced in Washington. And right now you have bond purchasers and or banks wondering, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so that's gone ahead and put that issuance in limbo, and so we need to have the opportunity to issue taxable as opposed to tax exempt bonds. We're not going to be doing that for a while until it becomes clearer what's going to be happening in Washington, but we need to have that as an option.
Any other questions or comments, suggestions?
I'll make a motion, if anybody.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Motion to authorize the chairman, or in his absence, the vice chairman, to sign resolution number 22, amending resolution number 21, in order to add the option of issuing the $2 million second series bonds as taxable or non-taxable.
Okay.
I'll second.
We have a second. Will you set the vote, Diane?
Board Member Rooney?
Yes.
That's unanimous, Mayor.
Good, thank you. Okay, move on to number B. Consideration of authorizing the chairman to sign resolution number 23, authorizing reimbursement of certain expenditures from the proceeds of any future tax-exempt bonds in accordance with the federal law.
This is a companion motion with the one that you just passed, and the reason I describe it as being a companion motion is, as you are aware, we have awarded a contract to repave the parking lot. Okay, well, because of what happened in Washington, we're not going to have the proceeds from a bond sale in hand yet. We are able to fund that with general fund reserves to get that parking lot done. We all know that it is critical in need, and we've got a really good price, and we need to take advantage of that. Once it becomes clear in Washington whether or not we're going to have taxable or tax-exempt bonds, and we get the proceeds from that, we will reimburse the general fund. But in this particular case, we've got a good contract, a good price, and we want to make sure we don't lose that. So we're asking that we go forward with the ability to reimburse the general fund with the proceeds once that happens. That decision will happen before the end of the fiscal year, meaning whether it's going to end up being a taxable offering or a tax-exempt offering, where at least we anticipate it will happen before the end of the fiscal year. But trying to judge what's going to happen in Washington, D.C. makes it a bit challenging.
Good. Any questions, comments, motions?
Well, I know that, we went forward with this arena to make it viable and enjoyable for our community, and, there we go. We're going forward, I guess, and got to do what we got to do. That's right.
That is correct.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, I think we're ready.
Motion to authorize the chairman or his absence, the vice chairman, to sign resolution number 23, authorizing reimbursement of certain expenditures from the proceeds of any future tax-exempt bonds in accordance with federal law.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Will you set the vote?
Board Member Rooney?
Yes.
Thank you. It's unanimous, Mayor.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, we move on then to our comments from the public. I don't see many comments unless Kirk wants to answer. You want to come on up and use the microphone, Kirk?
Everybody I talk to, and myself, we want hockey back.
Say it again?
Hockey. Everybody we ever talk to about the event center talks about hockey, how they miss the hockey. I'm one of them as well. And if there's any way that we could get that established, that would be amazing. So I was just throwing that out there, because that's all we ever hear.
Talk to your favorite council person.
Thank you, Mr. Mallory.
Okay, I'll keep talking to her then.
Okay. Any other comments from anyone? Okay, we have one more item that everybody hates, and especially at 20 to 8, and that's number 6, adjournment. Anyone care to make a motion to adjourn, or do you want to keep on working?
No.
Mary, you're...
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Was a motion, Rick?
Yes.
And a second. Okay, would you set the vote, Dan?
Yes.
That one passes. Okay, good.
That's unanimous, Mayor.
Meeting is unanimously adjourned. Thank you, Diane.